Hello, hello, and welcome back to Elden Ring. I wasn't planning on streaming today, but I had a moment and I was like, you know what? Might as well just show kind of what I have been doing. Anyway, so I've been helping people out with Mogh. I'm about to put my sign down. It's Sunday. It's a fair amount of people have been uh, summoning me just to help out and everything like that. I enjoy it. I talked about it last stream that this is like one thing that I just really enjoy. I like helping people with Mogh. I've not stepped in the room yet myself. Um, Obviously, there's no fog gate and everything. I'm sitting at a really smooth 7.8 million runes, um, which again I've been getting summoned here we go again. Been getting summoned fairly frequently at my current level, so I don't want to level up just yet. Depending upon how this goes, I'm gonna keep doing this all day probably, and then probably tomorrow too if I can't stream. But yeah, no, like it's been pretty entertaining, but just to show what I'm doing. I'm not the best player. I still fuck up my dodges and everything like that, but it is stuff that I'm getting semi-familiar with. And in the in-betweens, whenever I'm not getting summoned, I'm sure that I can fill the gaps with words and everything. Why is he running all the way up there first thing? Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Alright, now we go. Spamming rivers of blood. It's in my way. I try to be on Mogh's left side. And again. Oh. Well, I think it's too late now because he's below half health. Oh well. Usually you can stagger Mogh twice for that part. If he's not below half health. Sometimes it's better to just go for it, other times it's better to wait. Try and get the extra damage in. Try and limit how much that he heals. And I need to heal. Is that for me? No. Okay. Are you gonna get that? You're not? Okay. I know I'm not the best player in the world, by any means. But there's some of these individuals that I get summoned for. Maybe it's their first Souls game. I get it. I understand. Maybe you're going in blind. I understand that as well. But if you're summoning people, I've tried to pay attention to what other individuals do whenever I summon them. If I summon anybody off from online kind of a thing. And it just feels like some people are in their own little world sometimes. Maybe they are. Maybe I overthink things. I don't know. Earlier there was I got summoned for a fight that the dude got one shot. And I always try to pay attention to the person's health whenever they get one shot, just to see how much vigor they have. He had 840 health. Like, I'm at 60 vigor, which I feel like is usually what players go for, and I have 1900 health. And so it's like, just didn't invest in vigor at all. This will be a good run, hopefully. I'm gonna back off since he backed off, and we can do this again. Ooh, that little duck there right underneath his swing. There we go. That's good damage. As long as he doesn't die during this phase. This should be a decent run. Alright, there's the down. Don't stand in it, Dave. Oh, there goes my bubble. Oh, I pushed it, but I was a little too late. I know it's a bit of a delay on that one. Got too greedy with my attacks. Alright, you should be close to another blood loss. And or frostbite. Okay, yeah. As long as we continue to dodge and don't get greedy. There we go. So yeah, this is what I've been doing for the past. Like I did it yesterday. Watched a stream and did this all throughout the stream. That should be about 100k runes. I was using gold pickle foulfoots, but then I'd have to start farming materials for them, and I really don't want to do that. And I think it only adds like an extra, what is it, 31,000? Which in the grand scheme of things, if I do it 3 times, it's like I did it a whole nother run for free. So it would be good to do that, and maybe I will, I don't know. There's a fairly easy, hang on, let me put my sign down. There's a fairly easy farm for them at here at Weeping Peninsula. You just spawn in there and immediately go east to that little pool, and I think there's like 6 or so. How many of the feet do I have? I have 5 left, and I have 12 feet. I think there's 6 in there. I could do that a couple times and get some more runes, but I don't really want to go around farming the feet. The feet is the thing that's most obnoxious to try and farm. Just because they don't always drop. There's a reason why I have. Where's flight pinions? Are they down further? Oh, this is craftables. Crafting materials. There's a reason why I have 452 flight pinions. Because those drop so much more than the actual foul foot. But yeah, no, like I said, I probably won't stream for too long today. Maybe just an hour or so, just doing Mogh runs. But I have, of course, how do I check that? Equipment? No. Inventory? Yes. Yes. So my mixed physic, I have the purifying crystal tier. Purifies the curse of the Lord of Blood, which basically, when he's doing his little Nihil and healing thing, most people, I would say, I don't know, 70 to 80% of people have it too. I've come across quite a few people that don't seem to have this in their physic, which is fine. As long as they heal chug potions throughout that phase, that's completely and totally fine. And then I don't have the Crimson Whirl, which turns damage received into HP, which would kind of be nice. But I have the Opaline, which is at least a free hit. These claws are not even upgraded. They're still the level 18, but they cause frostbite 94 and blood loss 45. And it's just, whenever he's down on the ground and you're doing your little combos and everything like that, it tears him up. Equipment, I went for the heaviest stuff that I could that had the most robustness, because this doesn't have any robustness, but, oh shit. What it does do is slightly raises attack power when there is blood loss nearby. I don't know how much of this shit stacks, in all honesty, because I have raises attack power when HP is at maximum and raises attack power with successive hits. I don't know how much of it stacks, in all honesty, which I should probably do some research for, but I've been having some decent runs with it, so I haven't changed anything. But yeah, no, it's literally, I've been watching streams, which yesterday I watched Monster Hunter Wilds, which just released. I watched a new stream of that. I don't think it's my kind of game, but it was entertaining at least to watch and see some of the monsters and stuff like that. And then just sitting, waiting to be summoned and stuff. I think I'm at like, I'm at 105 hours. I think I was like at 100 I wasn't even over 100 whenever I started doing this. I think I was only at like 97 hours in this playthrough of D'Artagnan. And I know I'm not using my Poke Swords, but it's for a good cause. I mean, 7.9 million runes. It's for a very good cause. I did a lot of research too last night in between getting summoned, just to kind of see what I wanted to do with the build. I went to like weapon calculators, checked different weapons and everything like that. Ironically, which I don't even think that I have it on this character. Or I might have bought it, but I don't think that I keep it on me. But a lightning Zweihander would actually get me a decent amount of damage attack per hit, which is decent. I also thought about like if I want to respec, what would I respec to? Kind of thought about maybe dual holding a Flame Burge and the Sword of Milos, and then I don't know, seeing how that would work. I haven't done it yet, obviously, but they both cause blood loss buildup as well. What was the? Oh, I think I do know, which this is kind of confusing since I have a rune arc, but basically -5 off of everything. Um, I have 60, 12, 27, 15, 71, 12, 8, 8. And what I was thinking about changing this to whenever I do actually spend all of these runes is keep my vigor at 60. Mind, I'm not sure about because I don't really use too many skills other than Mighty Shot on my bow. Uh, take endurance up to 40 because I think it's one of its soft caps. I think the soft cap is 50, but 40 takes me to like I think 100 pounds weight equip load, and that should be plenty for me. A lot of people wearing that Twin Sage Glintstone crown. He's running right up there too. I usually just try to preserve stamina by staying back and everything. He's trying to frostbite him first thing. Yeah, that's right. Back up here to me, buddy. There we go. Alright, there's the frostbite, there's the blood loss. Should be able to do this another time. There we go. I don't care about the stagger. I'm sure he's probably mad that he didn't get his stagger in, but I mean, he's almost dead after this, so he won't get too much healing off. That's why it's nice to be able to do that twice, because he doesn't get too much healing off. Speaking of healing, I need to heal. How you do the stab. There we go. Go for it. Can you proc frostbite while you're at it? No? Okay. There we go. That's the run. That's it right there. That's basically all that I've been doing. And then I usually run over to this rock here and then sit down. Like I'm sitting at the site of grace. That's the run. Now I'm at 8 million. Like, it's fun to me. I don't know why. Godric's fight is really fun to me, which I don't normally go to get summoned for Godric's fight. The Mogh shackle thing is just really fun to just abuse the fuck out of him. It's the same thing with... Oh, I need to put my sign down. It's the same thing with the God skins and throwing a sleep pot where they immediately go down. That's... Which I wanted to stick with the Poke build, which this is technically me going to another world, so D'Artagnan's not even in his own world using slashing weapons. I guess is the way that I'm keeping it in my head canon, I don't know. But normally what I would do with the Godskins is I would put them to sleep and then use these claws for blood loss and frost, and then just abuse the fuck out of them. But since I have Hoarfrost on my little pokers, that hasn't been too much of an issue for D'Artagnan. What else do I have? That for recovery, and then I'm using the Stargazer's heirloom. But like I said, I've been getting summoned fairly frequently. It's Sunday. People probably trying to get into the DLC. I think the way that summoning works is 40 levels in either direction. I may be wrong on that. Honored one. You're very solemn. Tsunade!
Hey!
What a solemn guy. Alright. I don't think I've ever gotten that Banished Knight Helm. The altered one. He's already beaten Melania. So this should be easy if he's got blood loss too, in theory. As long as Tsunade doesn't run ahead. Tsunade. Tsunade. Conserve your stamina. Oh, too early, Tsunade. I also like to get him closer to the middle of the area. Okay, this might be a decent run though, regardless. Everybody's got that damage. Tsunade forgot to use the thing and the crystals here. I got it. I usually do get it because I'm standing there spamming R1. There we go. This should be another 100k, I believe. And then, like I said, I run right here. Sit down like I'm sitting at the Grace. $210. Okay, so yeah, thinking about that, this must have been a new game plus because he had sort of the Hand of Melania weapon as well. So I have only encountered maybe a handful of folk who are on New Game Plus, which maybe they beat the game and then they had to go through it again to get to the DLC. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. But I think last stream there was, I think I got like 230k off of one of those runs, and it didn't occur to me that it was probably New Game Plus Mogh, not regular Mogh. But yeah, I've only gotten a handful of people doing New Game Plus. The rest of it has pretty well been new games. But like I was saying, I think summoning works 40. I can't remember if it's specifically for if you have a password set or what, but I think it works 40 levels in either direction. So somebody could be level 90 and get summoned by me, or excuse me, and summon me, or somebody could be about 170 and summon me as well. And since how frequently that I have been getting summoned, which it's the weekend, DLC area, etc., I've been terrified to go ahead and spend all these runes on a level up. I also know that whenever I do spend all these runes on a level up, that I will be, number one, just very overpowered, which is fine with me. I don't fucking care about shit like that. But my how many runes that I will need to level up will be well over 200k. Oh, this is the other thing that I went and did. I think I mentioned that I was missing one of these glintstone crowns, so I looked it up. I have all the glintstone crowns now in my equipment. If you look at it, I think there's 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So this was the one that I was missing, which it says the blah 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 blah. The lineage of the Livinus Conspectus began with the sorcerer Lusat, and its adherents continue his study of meteors. So the Carolos, I guess, was begun by Sorcerer Zur, but I guess that it's pursue the mysteries of comets and the studies of meteors. Okay. What is the difference between a meteor and a comet? Is it what they're made out of? I honestly can't remember. I've attempted to help this person once before, so let's see how this one goes. I'm actually kind of... I thought they had completed it already, since I hadn't been summoned by them in a while. Oh, it's a fancy shield you got there. Draconic Tree Sentinel Shield. Alright, here we go. Oh, you were gonna do it? I didn't know. My bad. The only thing with the magma is it does mess up the frost, but it does reset it. Oh, that was too early. It does reset the frost though, which helps. Stamina is an issue. Stamina is always an issue. This may be a decent run. I'll let my stamina go back up. Can I get... Okay, cool. There we go. I was very unsure about that attempt, and I didn't even, since I didn't get the stagger, or since I didn't get the critical on the stagger, I was like, alright, I just want to keep doing damage and try and get frostbite on him. Yeah. I also, as you see, my rune arcs are going to my box now. How many rune arcs did I have beforehand? I don't honestly remember. But currently I have 103 rune arcs. I believe it was in the 50s, somewhere in the 50s. I can't honestly remember, but I have a bunch of rune arcs now too, so I can use those a whole lot more freely in my regular playthrough. Which I don't really care for. I think I did some testing the difference between Radahn's rune and Godric's rune, which would work if I wanted to. Can I stand on this pot? No, I just broke it. God damn it. How did I break it from here? Guess the other pots broke it. I remember doing testing on Radahn's rune, and it does quite boost my health much more than Godric's rune. And so that would be good, like if I wanted to not put so much in health and stamina, and then put more stats into other things. Because I know that in the DLC there's more arcane weapons and everything like that. I don't even care about bowing currently. Let's just do this. Yep, let's do it, man. That was probably really rude of me, but... Are you gonna watch the cutscene? No. Okay, thank you. Some people do, and that's fine. I've seen it a lot. Boy, he just ran, like, right up ahead. Is he gonna try and rod him or something? Before you throw anything, Mogh. I was really late starting attacking there. I need to back up so I can use it again. Oh, okay. Hang on. Now, before you throw anything else, we'll see how this attempt goes. This is why I try to stand on his left side, because whenever he does those big wide sweeps, it can really fuck you up. I was hoping to get another blood loss before he took off there. I guess not. Is he after me? Looks like it. Ah, he popped my bubble. I took that. I was hoping to get my attack off before he attacked me, but... Alright. Python should have aggro now, and I'm gonna try and grab aggro. Cool. I don't know if this will proc blood loss or frost, but that would be neat. Get out of here now. Python, you died? Does that count, I wonder? Alright, well, Python knows that we can do it now. As long as he doesn't die. Sometimes you just I mentioned it in the last stream whenever I did this a couple times. Like, I have a bad habit of prioritizing healing rather than dodging. I'm trying to work on that, and there's been a couple times where I've finished the fight. I've still had heals, but like just the way that everything's moving, like I finished it with just like a sliver of health, just trying to prioritize dodging. Obviously, I still get hit. I'm not perfect at it. All right, can you keep a lot of people do the dejection whenever they die too. If I will say that if they're like a average Elden Ring player, or not even average, I don't know what the best way to explain it would be, but some people do the dejection whenever they die. Other people just go straight in and don't even mess with you, which is fine. All right, stay with me, Python. I think we did that literally at the same time. I was just a whole lot closer. He's gonna do that again. Now. Damage isn't quite as good as last time, but he's got the blood loss, but he's still standing on that right side. He's trying to use the shackle again. You can only use it twice, buddy. Stamina. If I could get a frostbite or blood loss. Ooh, still on that right side, eh? I dodged too early. I should have prioritized dodging, but I didn't. Alright. Should be able to dodge now. I'm far enough away. Python, don't die. Well. I mean, I can't, like, I've been sitting doing this for hours. Again, I don't dodge all of his attacks, but I've gotten fairly familiar with which one, because Mogh's got, like, what? He does one where he does the blood sweeping out, and then he does another one where he does the blood, like, directly at you. And there's, like, a small nuance that the one that's directly at you is ever so slightly faster whenever he casts it. So it's like I'm able to recognize stuff like that, so I can't be too upset with folk about dying. Yeah, let's do it. There's been sometimes too where I've forgotten to use my flask of physic, and that's been really bad. I've been like so caught up in trying to do DPS that I've not even realized my health is going down. Oh, don't do this so early. Oh, you took my bubble away? That takes my attack power down a little bit. Do it a second time. Third time. Triple ruse. Here we go. I want to be ever so slightly more on the left. There we go. That's a good position. He's not in here doing DPS with me. It's going to be a harder second phase because Mogh's got more health, especially with the way that this guy's dying and just taking every hit to the face. I thought that was going to be on me, honestly. There's sometimes too where I get those criticals right as it procs blood loss or frostbite, and it's really satisfying. A huge chunk just from these little claws. Should be out of range of that. I went to go heal, and then all of a sudden I was like, am I? I'm gonna get hit. I had already hit attack by the time that I realized what he was doing. Should be good. I took it to the face, but I knew it was about to happen, so that's why I was like, just do it. Just end it. Alright. There's Python through. Neat, neat, neat. I have no idea how many individuals. Yesterday, yeah, after I ended the stream yesterday, there was this dude who was named And My Axe, which I think is a reference to what? Uh, Lord of the Rings, which I've never seen, but I recognize that reference. And me and him kept getting summoned for like the hosts would summon him and then they would summon me. So I would come in and I would see And My Axe there. And so real quick, I ran back to Round Table Hold to use the mirror, and I changed D'Artagnan's name briefly. I changed his name to And My Claws. And so there for a little bit we were getting summoned And My Axe and My Claws, and it was pretty fun. There was another person that their character's name was Rohan, and we were like wearing the same headpiece, and that was pretty nice. So it was like Rohan would be, I would spawn in and Rohan would be there, or I would come in and then Rohan would appear and everything. That was pretty fun too. Just what was it? Pizza Time. Pizza Time was another character. These are the characters' names, not the gamer tags. But Pizza Time was another character who was using Geese's wheel, and him and I, or that person and I, got a fair amount of people through as well. It was just kind of cool to see some of the individuals that get summoned pretty frequently for help with Mogh, and you kind of like meet up. It's the same kind of feeling, like it's a familiarity bias, which in psychology is like just you notice it once and then you're going to keep noticing it, kind of a thing. But it reminds me of like if you're driving along a long road and you're like, oh, there's a white car, and then 20 minutes later you're like, that's the same white car, and you just kind of notice it, and then if they take an exit or something, you're like, oh no, there goes the white car. Take it easy. It was a pleasure traveling with you. I don't know. It's just fun. This, like I said, I find this really fun. I don't normally do this with Godric, which I should have thought about that. I wonder if I could start a new character and maybe do that. But Godric also doesn't have the same amount of rewards as Mogh does. 100k runes every time. Like, even whenever you get to the higher ranks or higher levels, that's still, you run it 2 or 3 times and you have another level already. And I just find it fun in general. I've learned the fight, and I have been thinking about how will I do it. Will I summon? I don't remember. Well, I can check. Well, I'll check whenever I come back, because I don't recall if there are any other gold summon signs here. I don't think you can summon Millicent for this fight. And I don't honestly know who else you would summon for this fight. I think since it's an optional boss, I don't think there are any other gold summons, or else players wouldn't be summoned as much. But maybe whenever I go to do this myself, I might try to solo it the same way, or a similar way. Maybe Frost Pokes instead of my Blood Claws. I don't know. I've been trying to consider that as well. I'm going to put my summon sign down a little bit more visible, since it's kind of on that weird part there where the ground goes up. I double checked this area and Cathedral of or the Moonlit Plateau area, and I got pretty well everything that I needed to from these 2 areas. So whenever I do continue on, I'll be going back to Mountaintops of the Giants and finishing on. Because the only other thing that I haven't done down here in this area of the map, well, I will have to go back to Stormvale Castle to finish Nefeli's quest, and Kenneth and Gastock. Is Gastock, does this still say Gastock's there? Yeah. Gastock still, so I will have to go back to finish Nefeli's quest. I'm trying to think, is there any other quest that causes me to go back? I don't think there is. Oh, whenever I finish Millicent's quest, I'll have to go back to Gallery as well. But I think that's it. I think everybody else is is done in this area. And in Liurnia too, because I finished Selen's quest. I finished all of theirs. So yeah, I think it's literally just Nefeli and Gowry that I'll have to come back to. This, I haven't decided when, if, how. Uh, I, it's player characters. I'm not good at PvP at all, which I know that it's the computer playing player characters. It's just their builds and everything. But people have played this game a lot. They've optimized their builds a lot. And the past few times that I've tried it, I was, under level 50, I think, even. Like, I wasn't even 50. Or maybe there was one time that I did try it over 50. I can't remember exactly. But I got wrecked both times. I think I've only beaten one of the Great Jar's duelists. And then whenever I went to go do the second one, I got royally fucked. And I was like, alright, I'm just going to save that for later whenever I get to the point where I can optimize my build. Because I also don't know if I want to keep pumping stuff into intelligence or if I want to... Speaking of which, might as well, while I'm here. Renala's raises intelligence, but I don't have Renala's. So this one raises it, by 3? That's by 3. That's by... wait, how much math? That's by 6. That's by 3 and raises arcane. That would raise my dexterity. Oh, that's a massive cut to my HP, though. So how much damage do I do currently? 436? With the rune arc and everything, just to see if there's a major difference from it. I think I did this last time. Oh, that would raise my endurance. Oh, intelligence and endurance at the detriment of FP? That one might be decent, because I'm not using FP. 436, 442. Oh, that takes my buff away. Oh well, I will get that back, though. 398. Oh, that's right, because I'm not buffed anymore. Wait a second, what was I wearing? Alright, since I'm not 396, what did I say the first one was? I've done forgotten. Oh, it was 398. So it's a little bit more to the detriment of FP. I haven't been using FP anyway. I feel like I could use the extra endurance in all honesty. How much stamina does it give me extra? 3? Okay. Never mind. Maybe I will take the extra attack power. That doesn't seem like it's worth it that much. Sometimes there are lulls, like here, where it seems like, oh god, am I ever going to get summoned? It's usually at this point that like if I'm usually watching something else as I'm doing this too. It's usually at these points that I'm like, okay, well, I'll go look something up, and then the moment that I go to look something up is whenever somebody summons me. I made some pots and everything. I did, like I said, some weapon testing. What does these say? I don't think I've ever read these before. A white flower that blooms in catacombs, a spirit nestles close to this grand specimen. I have never noticed that there was a little person next to it. Since times of old, large gloveworts were used to comfort heroic spirits, given in tribute to those who died in the most glorious deaths, in the hope their stories would become legend. What do the other ones say? There's a 9. Oh, so it's like the actual flower. Oh wait, no, this is... No, they're both gloveworts, okay. Ashes which keep their renown even after death cannot be strengthened by merely Corporeal Glovewort. Is there that big of a difference? I've never looked at some of this. Some of these bolstering materials I've never looked at. Golden seed found at the base of an illusionary tree. Increases sacred flask number of uses. When the Elden Ring was shattered, these seeds flew from the Erd tree, scattering across the various lands as if life itself knew that its end had come. So are the minor Erd trees, were they grew after the shattering? Might have to look into that. White flower that blooms in catacombs, each soundless spell and being summoned now. See, I started reading stuff and then all of a sudden I get summoned. It's like if you just sit there, it's like the game is like, oh, well, you're just sitting there, I'm not going to summon you. But then if you actually start messing with menus and shit, it's like, oh, okay. Legolas, I was literally just talking about. Oh, and Tsunade. Again. Well, I now know, since I paid attention to her, I now know that she's going to run in and immediately use the whatever. So I probably shouldn't use it. Because here she goes. Yep, and I didn't need to use it. So I might stand back and pay attention to see if I, actually, didn't we do this last time where we just went for it? We got another, oh, we don't have another option. He was spamming his stupid little spell and doing small amounts of damage, and then he's going to potentially die unless he heals. So because he was doing his spell, it's gonna turn on me? No? That's gonna turn on me. I was like, one of these is gonna turn on me. Since he's doing the stupid little shriek spell, he did enough damage to kick Mogh into second phase. I probably should have just kept doing for the status effect. Oh, I was... Okay, that was off on my timing. Yeah, because he kept spamming those wraiths, it did ever so slightly enough damage to kick Mogh into second phase to where we couldn't do another Mogh Shackle. And not doing a second Mogh Shackle can be the main difference of either completing it or not completing it, because it really takes his health. I try to, like, I want his health to be like just, I don't know, inch and a half on the bar by the time that he goes into the Nihil phase, because if I can keep up slashing throughout that phase with the frostbite and the blood loss, he'll come out of it with still less than half health rather than being over half health like he's normally supposed to be. And I know he's gonna spam that spell, so I should probably stop attacking a little bit sooner. Why does he stand over? Maybe that's where she puts hers, I guess. No, she spawned there last time. That's a very strange loadout this guy's got here. I can tell he's sacrificing armor for all of that equip load, even though he's not using a bow on this fight. He's just spamming that Ash of War. I don't think she's coming. Oh. Okay. Alright, Tsunade. We got this. As long as we don't die, like, literally at the same time like last time. Oh, thank you. I almost forgot about that. See, she runs straight for it. I don't want to waste the... That was so early. I try not to waste the stamina. Maybe me getting there a little bit late will be the difference in another one. Probably a decent amount of stagger built up on him too whenever he comes out of this phase. I don't know if the stagger resets or not. Stamina's an issue? Cool, okay. Got it before he even got to Nihil. I think the most that I've noticed, because that said like what, 33,018, something like that. for the continuous damage that was being done to him. Oh, he only got... Did he get 3 rings? No, he only got 2 rings on her. Why do I have 3 rings? Oh, I replaced Fire Spermy. That was another thing that and my axe was doing, was whenever he would finish the encounter, he was doing the Fire Spermy gesture. And so I started doing that too. It's just, I can't imagine what it's like for the person who summons these individuals to have them burn down this boss. Maybe they're used to it, maybe they're not, maybe it's their first playthrough, maybe they're just really trying to get in the DLC as fast as possible. I don't know. But to see individuals come in, burn down this boss as fast as possible, and then do the same exact gesture, like, I wonder if they're like, okay, are they working together, are they not, kind of a thing. There's been, I think, I've not had to fight an invader either, because usually if you summon 2 cooperators to help you with the boss fight, like, immediately somebody gets summoned as an invader to kill you. I've not fought any invaders. Everybody's immediately gone into the boss room. Back to what I was doing. I was reading these. The art of strengthening ashes is known as spirit tuning. Only a spirit tuner may perform this deed. That's another thing that I read. I was talking about the lore that I looked up and everything like that. Hugh said that he was given a purpose of making a weapon that could slay a god, which again, we use these to level up our weapons, which allows the creation of a weapon capable of slaying a god. So we put that into, or we allow Hugh that. But I guess that task was given to him by Marika, based upon that prayer that he says, kind of a thing. But he also says that he knew a spirit tuner a long time ago, and that Rodriguez shares the same Hugh. There's a theory that that spirit tuner was Marika. And I don't honestly remember why. I don't remember the basis of that, but to me it kind of makes sense. Spirit tuning is not merely the simple act of imbuing strength. It is an art that lies somewhere between tuning an instrument and conducting a conversation, leaving both parties enriched. Interesting. That is a very beautiful description. That's like the prettiest description of anything in a Dark Souls game that I've ever seen. Where does it change? Oh, okay. It just goes over to the Ghost Glovewort. Ashes which kept their renown even after death cannot be strengthened by a merely corporeal glovewort. And that goes all the way up until there. Alright. Are those the only bolstering materials that I have? I guess I don't have any Sacred Tears. I've never read those either. And these don't tell me anything. Oh, that one has more of a description. Why is that? Why do they provide, or why do they do it like that? So like this one says, the resulting concoction increases the effectiveness of dodge rolls for a certain duration. However, damage taken is also increased during the concoction's effect, as one paragraph. But this one provides significant damage negation, and then it's a skip and says, however, this effect only occurs. I wonder what results in the skip in paragraph. What does this one say? A defective crystal tear which possesses absolutely no medicinal qualities. A lesson said to be learned the hard way for some. Faith can be a volatile matter, after all. This is true. This is very true. Perfume bottles. The art of perfuming was once jealously guarded in the capital, but after the perfumers were drafted into service during the Shattering, the art became widely practiced throughout the lands between. So the perfumers were after the Shattering. But the perfumers also, if I remember correctly, don't I have some of their garb? Where's the perfumer garb? The thick front apron embroidered with the depiction of the Erdtree is proof of the master of the apothecarial arts, and its weight symbolizes the onus of both pride and responsibility. Oh yeah, it has been replaced. Interesting. Where is the perfumer's headpiece? That's Nox Monk, which looks very similar to the perfumer, in all honesty. I thought I had a perfumer headpiece. Because the perfumer started taking care of, like, Misbegotten and such. Like it says in Who's Her Face, Perfumer Trisha's thing. In her Spirit Ash. What else was I looking at? Yeah, I was looking at these. Oh, excuse me. I probably won't continue to stream for too much longer. I did put down my sign, right? I just kind of wanted to show what I had been doing. So that I didn't come back with like a bunch of runes and then... Like, I have been doing this legitimately, obviously. I have no idea how to even hack a PS5 or anything like that. Back to... Well, no. Key items. Okay. I was going to read about talisman pouches and memory stones, but I'll get there in a second. Killer... There was one person, too, that, I actually stopped playing and went and did something else for a little bit because I did not want to be summoned by them. Their character was designed to look quite racist, and I really did not like that. And so like I said, I think I went and made food or something because I just did not want to be involved with that. I think they summoned me twice. And after the second time, I was like, nah, I'm good. We're gonna do it a second time, which is good, because that fire should run out. Third time, it's fine. Should be decent damage. Is he? Okay, he is helping too. Get a stagger to push us off into second phase, that's interesting. Stamina up, keep up the damage so that I can hopefully... Alright, so he's still below half health, that's good, that's a good start. Alright, he changed targets on the other guy. Alright, killer, time to show me you're a killer. I'm gonna get hit by that too. Oh, no, I jumped into that one, though. I didn't think that would hit me, honestly. Come on, Mogh, change targets. There we go. Alright, now I need to get aggro fast, since he's half health. Okay, he's dead. I tried to get aggro on... Alright. Maybe I'll be summoned again. He didn't seem to have the crystals here. Back to what I was reading, which was in here. A black, lightly beguiling stone, prized by the sorcerers who produce them. Okay, I'm getting summoned immediately. Excuse me. Being summoned to another world. Let's do it. Is this killer again? Okay. Oh, he's using Blasphemous Blade. I know Blasphemous Blade is like the best faith weapon, but it does not seem to be good. There was another host that I stopped helping because all they did was stand back like away from Mogh and use the Blasphemous Blade's skill. That's all he did in the fight. Damage is just not there with it. It's not something, it's so slow. It's not something that Mogh's weak to. He literally uses fire. It's not something that he's really weak to. Decent. I'll take this moment to heal myself. Couldn't even tell who Mogh was targeting there. Perfect. Oh, I dodged too early on that. He's getting the staggers. I'll give him that. I should heal. Now he's spamming the weapon art. There we go. Okay. That was so much tougher because he was using the Blasphemous Blade. Like, again, I know that it's good for majority of situations, but this is not one of those situations. He got me staggers. That was the most that it helped was getting extra staggers. As far as goes everything else, it was just kind of like, because I try to, again, I don't know how much, I have it basically to where, I don't know how many of these stack, I don't know if they negate each other, but I feel like this one, whenever I'm no longer, if these don't stack, whenever I'm no longer at maximum HP and this drops off, I have another, I feel like then it goes into, wait, where did it go? This one, which raises attack powers with successive hits, which is really good for claws and stuff like that. So it's like I try to keep the attack power decent at all times. Back to what I was doing. Who made the memory stones? Does it tell me? Said to be a fragment of the black moon that once hung above the eternal city. So there was a whole ass moon up there. Oh yeah, there is. I need to read the description of the Noxtella, the moon of Noxtella then. Whenever I get back. Oh, you're using a horn. Are you checking for other summons, or are we doing it? We're doing it. I don't think I've ever used those horns on any of my Faith playthroughs, but a lot of people seem to like them, and they are very funny weapons. Well, that did fuck all. Alright, I'm gonna wait a moment. I'm gonna do it again. They don't seem to pop on contact. I need to get my health, my stamina back. It's on me. It's too late. Ooh. He doesn't even know who to target. He's just spinning wildly. That's the one going directly at me. Like, again, I don't know how to explain, like, it's ever so slightly faster. Whenever Mogh does his arm motion to do it. we should be close to another frostbite and or blood loss proc, right? Oh, well, not for me. I just stayed in it to try and tank it. There we go. I knew he was getting close. Also, it works out well for me since I don't use any FP. I come in there with 7 flasks, so I can usually stay in the fight pretty decently, or for a pretty decent amount of time, at being able to heal, whereas some people, since they have their flasks split, they're not able to stay in quite as long. Put my sign down here. And then I want to read about that Moon of Noxtella. I think I still have it. Moon of Noxtella. This legendary talisman is a treasure of Noxtella, the Eternal City. Increases memory slots. This talisman represents the lost Black Moon. The Moon of Noxtella was the guide of countless stars. What happened to the moon, though? Maybe Astral destroyed it? Because I think that's what happened. I think that's, do I still have that? I should still have it. Oh, wait, no, it's in Tools. The Remembrance of Astal. Remembrance of Astal, a malformed star born in the lightless void far away, once destroyed an eternal city and took away their sky, a falling star of ill omen. Yeah, so I guess Astral destroyed their moon. Where was I? Whereas this is apparently a fragment of that black moon that once hung above the eternal city. Interesting. A small withered bag knitted by hand bestowed upon the ruling lord, or those attempting to become lord, by the elderly finger reader. Why did we get one from Godfrey and Morgoth, or Margit? Margit first, and then Godfrey was the next one. And then I don't know, I only have 3, right? No, I have 4. So I had one, I got one from Margit, I got one from Godfrey. I don't know where the other one comes from. Grease's talisman, blah blah. As the voices of the two fingers, finger readers are said to live lives eternal, and one is even supposed to have served as a wet nurse to royalty. Which one is that one? Would that be Enya? Oh, or would it be the one down in Deeproot Depths? That kind of makes more sense because she was really mourning Godwyn. Which, since Godwyn was the oldest of the demigod, or well, maybe the oldest of the demigods. I think with the DLC it's kind of unclear whether or not Mesmer was first or Godwyn was first. But Mesmer seems to be, with his red hair, either he was cursed from Godfrey, or he was a cursed child of Marika when Godfrey and her marched against the fire giants. She was either afflicted with a curse that bore a son, or all of Radigan and Marika, since they are one being, all of their kids were cursed because it's essentially inbreeding. It doesn't say who made these though, right? No. Okay. So it tells you exactly where every key should be used. Wait, what is the difference between these? I think I looked it up before. Alright. What else do I have here that I can read while I'm sitting waiting? I still have this that Celavis gave me. Not gonna use it. I have 14 larval tears? Holy shit. And all of these are new because I never looked at them. Might as well just clear the exclamation marks off of them. Spirit Calling Bell. A bell capable of summoning various spirits from ashen remains. It usually requires FP to use. Spirits can only be summoned in the vicinity of a rebirth monument. Only one type of spirit may be summoned at once, and none may be summoned during multiplayer. You don't tell me anything about the actual bell, though, in this item description. And I talked about this a little bit. Ronnie was given this bell and I don't have them anymore, the three wolf ashes by Torrent's former master. And I mentioned this in the last stream about like the speculation of who Torrent's former master is, etc., etc. But there is a monument in the stone, or a mural in the stone at Malekith slash Garank's arena that shows the Erd tree with a bunch of roots, which would be more of its primordial form whenever it was forming, kind of a thing. And then it shows a figure standing or kneeling next to three wolves. Again, with the DLC, and knowing that the Land of Shadow played much more of a part in the primordial part, or the primordial era of the tree, the crucible, as it was kind of forming and weeding out things that it thought was unholy, or beginning to. That Marika kind of traveled back and forth. There's stone tablets in Mesmer's place that's also in Marika's bedchambers. So it's possible either Mesmer was going back and forth or she was going back and forth. But then there's also that art that shows what everybody speculated as Miquella riding Torrent into the Land of Shadows. But Miquella was much smaller. And the individual, excuse me, that's riding on Torrent is like of an average stature, riding side saddle. Marika is like the only god or demigod that we come across that is of around our same stature. Her corpse, Radigan's like, I think, 8 feet tall or something like that, but her corpse, whenever we're tall enough to be able to put her head on her shoulders, kind of a thing, in the final cutscene. So it's like she was seemingly much smaller than that. So it makes sense, too, with the other larger creatures that are in the specimen storehouse in the DLC that look like Torrent, that it was probably Marika, was Torrent's former master, knew the wolves, gave Ronnie, which was a daughter of her other half, the spirit calling bell, because Ronnie had a plot against the Two Fingers and the Greater Will, and Marika was already beginning to doubt them at that particular point. So yeah, it kind of just like everything makes sense lore-wise. I might end the stream after the next try, just because it seems like it's getting a little bit fewer and far between, and I don't want to waste too much time. But yeah, like I said, this is all that I've been doing pretty well. And this is all that I will continue doing. I'll probably go get some food after ending the stream. Holy ground. What does this do again? An Erd tree consecrated area that continuously restores HP and boosts defense for self and allies inside it. Usable on all shields. On all shields? Okay. When did I get Barrage? Usable on light bows. Light bows and longbows. I tried a damage test on Mighty Shot versus Sky Shot and Enchanted Shot. Enchanted Shot doesn't do any more damage. Sky Shot, it's a major drop off in damage, but it is really fucking hysterical. You take the position, shoot the bow in the air, enemy doesn't pay attention, and then it just slams down from above. It's fantastic. Yeah, I probably should have started with Golden Parry, and then moved to Parry on a small shield, and then moved to Parry on a big shield, and then moved to Weapon Parry, but I just started with Weapon Parry because I'm dumb. Alright. Is this really gonna be it? Nobody else is gonna summon me for the moment. Every once in a while too, I'll put my sign down in a different place. I don't know if it makes a difference, but in my head it does. And that placebo effect is what I need sometimes throughout the day. What am I sitting at? 8.8 million runes. Sweet. I kind of wanted to do uh, one more run, and then see how many times that I could level up. Because I believe I'm going to go from I believe it's at least 35 levels currently that I'm holding. Even at level 135, I still think I have like 35 levels sitting on me, or something close to that, to get me close to level 170. I think the last time I looked at it, I was 167 if I had decided to level up. Which I've been thinking a lot about, like what I want to do for the build and everything. If I want to invest more in, hey, if I want to invest more in int, or if I want to go into arcane, because a lot of the DLC weapons, are not a lot of them, but a fair amount of them seem like they're more arcane, and I've never done anything arcane. Hi, V. I shall do that too. What is your name? Harry Throbbins. Alright, Harry. Let me get that buff. I don't know if that'll help me at all, but I'll take it. Alright. Now let's everybody just casually run in. And now. Attack! Yeah, this is going to be one where we just keep going. There's not going to be a break in the damage. Mogh also seems broken. Mogh was there for a moment. Mogh was very confused as to what was happening and just stood there, kind of processing for a moment what was going on. Is there a connection issue? No, okay. Sometimes I apologize for hitting the mic. Sometimes I worry about connection issues. There was one time, I think I used the Mogh shackle and it didn't do anything. And so I was like, okay. And I started dodging him and everything like that. And trying to get hits in here and there. And then all of a sudden he went down. I'm like, what the fuck? And so started attacking him and everything. Tried it again, didn't go down. The health was below what it was supposed to be for him to go into the second phase. And then he went down again, and I was like, this is weird. And then I got disconnected from it. So, alright, I've been streaming for a little bit. It's been fun. I had, one unsuccessful attempt? Other than that, they've been pretty successful. I'm going to keep going. I imagine, hopefully, my plan is, if I can do it, which I should be able to do it if I continue playing throughout the course of today, to be over 10 million runes by the time that I stream again. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow, or if it'll be Tuesday, or what, but this is the plan for the moment. I enjoy it, it's fun, I can do other things while I'm like in between waiting and stuff like that. Yeah, so this is the plan. Oh, that's what I wanted to check. I'll keep my summon sign there, just in case that I do get summoned. Let's see how many times I can level up currently with the amount of runes that I have. I am currently level 135, yeah. And these weapons too, I've mentioned it at the beginning, they're not even leveled up fully. They're only level 18 because I don't have the stones for it, because I've not progressed in the actual game. They just melt Mogh because he's weak to blood loss and frostbite, and it's just really fucking good. My summon will disappear once I sit down here though. So currently I'm at level 135, and those are my stats. And what I'm thinking is taking this to 40, this to 20, because I ran the numbers, and like 20 to 30, what was it, for my lightning for my lightning clean rot night sword, I think it makes a difference of 4 damage in 10 levels, so that's not really that worth it to me. That takes me to 161. But then I don't know what I would want to do after that. That's kind of where I'm stuck. How many more levels do I have? Holy fuck. It's going to take me to 184 with what I currently have. So I could do a shit ton of arcane as well. Or I could actually take this to 50. Take this to... Wow, do I need that much FP? I don't think I need that much FP. So maybe take that to 15. Take that to 20 and I can still level up more. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Regardless of anything, whenever I do level up, it's gonna be good. I'll have a whole bunch of ideas for what I want to level up. A lot of weapons in the DLC, if I remember correctly too, require like, I think it's 11 faith and 11 int to wield. Because they assume people are gonna be over leveled. And so I could put the bare minimum into faith, maybe a little bit more into int since I've been using frostbite, and then maybe start to... My summon sign didn't disappear. Nice. But yeah, no, I have ideas for the build, and I will be super indecisive about it and may end up respecking, which I have. I looked at it just a moment ago. 14 larval tears, so I'm good on those as well, but maybe I can use some of these dragon hearts and pump up my faith in arcane and throw some dragon stuff in the mix. D'Artagnan, you know, with the character that I've been thinking of him being, it's come a long way. Originally, it was just like I wanted to do a Lies of P rapier pokey style, and I have. And I've done that. Now, what do I want to do, though? I still want to keep some of my pokey style, but I have all these weapons that I've not used. Like, I don't think I've ever used Sword of Milos. I've never used Flame Burge before. That could be two great swords that both also cause blood loss buildup. I really like Wing of Astal. That scales with Dex. I could start using that, too. What was the other one? Bolt of Grand Stacks. I'll be able to wield that with my minimum 20, whatever, strength. That might be a decent one to play around with. It's pizza time! What's up, buddy? Me and pizza time, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, we were doing this yesterday. It's, oh man, that makes me so fucking happy. Like I said, it's like seeing an old friend for some reason. It's really fucking dumb, but I can't remember if Pizza Time uses the shackle or not. So I kind of want to stay with him, but still keep my... Oh, okay, well. Okay, well somebody got it. And then the host is trying to rot him. Yeah, we're gonna just go into second phase. Woo! Pizza time! I don't think I have the stats to wield that, or else I might consider doing that myself. But I like my frozen claws. My frozen claws are pretty fun. That was fantastic. I honestly wasn't expecting to see any... Oh man, I need to put... yeah, I need to put Fire Spurn Me back on. Or what is it? Fire Grant Me Strength, I think, is it? I need to put that back on so that I can do that. I started using point downwards, just to, like, I guess give people a little bit of the indication that I am going to be taking Mogh down, kind of a thing. I don't know, that sounds silly whenever I word it. Fire Spur Me. Yeah, I want that one on the second one. I'll keep Reverential Bow. I like Bravo. Let's get rid of Golden Order Totality. Hoslow's Oath, or By My Sword. See, I don't feel like those fit with my claws very well. personally. Maybe I will keep the Golden Order totality. Just T-pose. But that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm sitting at 9 million runes currently. I will be super, super over leveled. Probably well ready for the DLC by the time that I stream this and actually begin progressing more on the mountain. But this is just fun to me right now. It's I struggle with that, like finding things that are genuinely fun to me in my actual life. And so whenever I find something, I want to hang on to it for a little bit. So probably today, like I said, I don't think that I'll stream tomorrow. It might be Tuesday that I actually continue on with my playthrough and start going on through Mountaintops of the Giants. But yeah, that'll probably be it for this moment. I've streamed for about an hour, almost an hour and a half. Let me see if I can get one more rather quickly. It might not happen, it may happen, I don't know. Is there anything else that I can look at in the meantime? I know this isn't exactly the most entertaining to just watch me scroll through menus and stuff. You know what, maybe I will end it there. And then just, like I said, keep doing this on my own time. Because it's fun. I just wanted to, like, I showed the process a little bit in the other one, but I wanted to show the god-awful amount of fucking runes that I have acquired because of it, and to explain the god-awful amount of runes that I will have upon my return to this playthrough. Because I wanted to level up on stream. I didn't want to come back, you know, the last stream that I did, I'm level 35, and then come back and be like, hello, I'm level, like, 200 now, kind of a thing. I wanted to actually, like, put it into perspective, what I've been doing and how it works, kind of a thing, by the time that I come back and then level up on stream. But I also kept having this weird anxiety thing where I was like, oh, you know what? Will it be like, oh, I didn't get the runes legitimately kind of a thing? And I don't know. I just wanted to show the process. So that'll be it for now. I'm going to probably maybe do one more and then get some food and then keep this up while watching different videos. I've currently been watching somebody go through the DLC. Because I tried to go through it, but I did not make it very far. I don't know how much of the DLC that I will remember by the time that I make it myself, because I still have Mountaintops of the Giants, Consecrated Snowfields, the Halig Tree. Yeah, I think that's it. Mountaintops of the Giants, Consecrated Snowfields, and the Halig Tree. And there's a fair amount still left in there. So by the time that I make it to the DLC, I should have hopefully a decent grasp. I don't necessarily always like going into games blind, especially not these types of games where you can fuck up things really, really easily. Like, that was the thing with Detroit. I remember I watched somebody play Detroit, and they had all three of the main characters alive until they failed one little mini game, which was, I can't remember the girl's name, but it's the main female protagonist. There was like this small little mission that they were in, or that the streamer was in, and you had to stay in line and do this like perfectly, kind of a thing. And they made a joke or something, stepped out of line, got shot, that character is now permanently dead. And it's like, what? What in the fuck is wrong with you? White hair. Okay. Pizza time! Pizza, pizza, pizza. Alright, let's do it. Are you waiting for... Yeah, let's do it. Elabe? Before any sort of invader or anybody comes up there. What armor is Pizza Time wearing? Oh, I know what armor that is. I do not have that armor. What is going on? Can we go on? How many times do you gotta buff yourself, brother? A lot of them don't even stack that much. frostbite. Here's all the blood loss. I'm sure there are people who have melted him way faster with Comet Azure or something, but it's effective. It's effective and it's fun. And I get to see pizza time. Pizza actually sounds good. That might be what I eat. But then I would be missing more time with pizza time. Is he gonna do it? Do the gesture. See, that's again. I don't know what was the name? Ilabe, I think is. I don't know what Ilabe thinks of just summoning two individuals who they're not wearing like the exact armor set, same headpiece, two wildly different weapons, melt the boss down, run to the same spot, and start using the same gesture. Like I don't know what goes through that person's mind, and I like to just create that confusion, I guess, or maybe it's comforting. Maybe it's like, okay, but it's the synergy of I saw Pizza Time do it. I'm gonna do it. Now we do it together. We create some sort of continuation or some sort of connection on that, and it's just, I don't know. I enjoy it, but that'll probably be it for the stream. It's had I know that it's had low points of just me talking, but it's had a couple of high points with the pizza time and everything like that. That was actually really good. That was good for my mental health. I feel like seeing pizza time again. But anyway, that'll be it for now. Like I said, I don't think that I'll stream tomorrow. Okay, hang on. Well, I was gonna end the stream, but here we go again. Who is it this time? And is pizza time gonna be there? What time is it? It's pizza time. Oh, pizza time has that too. Booyah! Alright. Don't run all the way up to the stairs, please. Hint. Hint. Oint. Hint. Oh, int. I don't really want to do this on the fucking stairs. Do it before he throws anything, though. Okay, there's another time for you to get staggered, Mogh. That's fine with me. Lord of Blood. Pizza time? Oh, that's entertaining as fuck to me. Hey. All right. That was a good end to the stream. Oh, that cracks me up. What time is it? I should have named. Had I known that I was gonna see this individual so much, I would have named the stream "What time is it?" But maybe they stream as well. Maybe that's what they have their stream for, and maybe D'Artagnan keeps popping up. Fantastic. I enjoy it. So, alright, that'll be the end of the stream. That was a good end. I got an extra run done, got to see pizza time again. So if you stop by, thanks for stopping by. Now you know how to clap Mogh and the community that is Elden Ring, or the Elden Bros. So, like I said, I don't think that I'll stream tomorrow. So it might be Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever I stream again. But I will be back at least to try and continue this playthrough. And whenever I do stream again, I will be making actual progress on the game. I will say goodbye to Mogh for the moment until the next playthrough, which I'll probably do this again because I find it so fucking entertaining. And yeah, so again, if you stop by, thank you.
I'll catch you next time.